oh my God, we have to like sit down and get interviewed? Are you kidding? Like the whole idea of like doing it seemed a little bit counter-us-ish or something. Suzanne hated TV unless it was Charlie Brown, Christmas Special, or National Geographic.
Charlie Brown. That was I mean, I even watched Charlie Brown with them. That was the one thing I liked. We wanted it to be educational if they were going to watch it. So, and the thing they loved, of course, was Saturday morning where they would watch the cartoons.
My parents tortured us. We wanted to eat Twinkies and junk food and watch TV like our friends and play cops and robbers with toy guns. And they really encouraged us to make things.
Constant projects. Mitch and I probably built workshops in every little corner of the basement at one point.
So I used to always want to go to my friend's house after school so I could eat junk food and watch TV. You know, no one ever wanted to trade dessert with me at school because I had like, you know, an apple, and people had like ring dings and Twinkies and devil dogs.
And so in the kitchen, directly under the cutting board, there was a big drawer with broken stuff, all the detritus of the house, the old machines and stuff.
It was one of the kitchen drawers. And anything I didn't know what to do with, or they didn't know what to do with, we'd put in that supply drawer.
That's where a lot of our project sensibility actually came from, is a junk drawer.
The one thread that winds through the whole family is creativity. The creativity that all three of the sons have showed in their own businesses and their own lives lead directly back to Ken and Suzanne.
Suzanne is one of the most powerful people I've ever met in my life. She is a force of nature, but in a little velvet mitten.
She was the person that engaged us in art and being creative. You know, my dad was a businessman. He appreciated art, and my parents were always involved in the arts. And I think they were just also very positive about letting us try things.
Seth and I were starting the company to do something completely different. We were going to design home lighting, and realized that was going to be a real tough slog.
Mitchell saw this picture of a cat that he cut out. He put it on a piece of cardboard and he put it on his desk.
The lighting was actually pretty cool, but everyone was like, that cat looks so real, it's hysterical. Everyone thought it was really funny.
And we thought, well, maybe we can sell these things and produce them. And we bounced the idea off of Ken. He was like, cats, I hate cats. The only good cat's a flat cat. And we're like, well, And so Ken actually named our first product, and we started making the flat cats. And that's what got the company into the gift business. And that's what we are. We're a gift manufacturer, just make cool stuff.
If you know anything about the Nashes, Suzanne, Ken, the three boys and their wives, they're very much involved, not because the institutions are there, but because they are, you know, people who are passionate about life, living, and they affect what we think of as the Berkshires.
Well, the company makes tons of stuff, and we need like awesome people to help put it together. And so we've been working with Berkshire County ARC for 20 years, and we have this group of people that are just really the soul of the company. We are helping people have just a lot of satisfaction in their day. This group is really, they're equal leaders at Blue Q in many ways, just in terms of their enthusiasm, their dedication, their optimism.
I got started at IS-183 because the Lucy Holland Nader, she asked me to be on the board. The part that I probably got most involved with at the school, other than being on the board, was these big galas they do once a year.
Seth was the main guy for the IS-183 parties, which really became their own phenomenon.
Radioactive Bottega, I forget. They always had a funny name for them, you know, and they were always clever and interesting the way they decorated. And there was 4 years difference between Mitchell and Leo, so when they wanted anything, they'd have him get it.
It was often Seth and I who were making stuff, and they were telling Leo to go get the supplies.
And then one day I was just like, no, No, you go get the damn scissors and you get the tape or whatever it was.
Leo, for many years of his life, did lighting for film and TV, and that is a piece of what goes on at Burning Man.
Leo, who has been every year since its inception and done a wonderful book called Burning Man. It looks like a matchbook.
My pictures the first few years of Burning Man were kind of snapshotty. I wasn't sure quite how to photograph it. So I photographed it not that dissimilar to the way everyone was photographing it. There's just so much eye candy and nudity, and I just I took all the people out of it and I just shot in black and white.
I heard casually that Leo was helping curate a show at the museum, went to the opening and was blown away by what those guys had done.
Objectify is a great exhibit because there's so many things that had been in the basement that had been brought up here that I had never seen before, that a lot of us have never seen before.
We wanted to make it look like we had just taken everything out of the archives and dumped it in this room.
It's like, it's like a museum meets Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Just the way it was displayed and put together it's brilliant. It's great.
The Nash family, firstly, is a multi-generational family in the Berkshires. They've been here for a long time. And they're not only here as residents, but they're here to make a meaningful contribution to the Berkshires.
They have also been, really instrumental in all sorts of kind of really affecting programs in the Berkshires. They have set a wonderful tone for how you can both benefit from being part of a community and then give back. I think, they appreciate being part of the community in the Berkshires, but I think they are, very much committed to sharing some of the, benefits of the prosperity that they have had from being here.
You think about all the cultural institutions that they've supported, the Berkshire Museum, Jacob's Pillow, IS-183, Community Access to the Arts, the Colonial, Mass MoCA, Tanglewood, Word by Word Festival. I mean, the list just goes on and on. It's been phenomenal. And they've all been involved with the Berkshire Museum at one point in their lives. Suzanne is currently a trustee. Seth and Mitch created the vaunted Vend-O-Mat, which everybody loved. Leo most recently worked with Peter Garlington to reinstall half of our upstairs galleries, and they've done it in such an extraordinarily creative way, and I think that all leads back to the supply drawer.
Je cherche un petit papa gâteau qui ferait des langues de chat afin que minuit s'éclaire au chocolat. J'aimerais bien un petit biscuit lu dans le courrier du cœur, de panier qui devant moi serait papa.